twin V8s out there screaming their head off. Jaron catching up, banging, throwing it down massively, putting a little gap. Look at Thorley jumping up on the inside there.
It is round 4 of the 2021 Valvoline D1NZ Drifting Championship Series. 2 rounds back-to-back here in Christchurch. It is another day and another track layout for these teams to tackle as we reach the halfway mark of the season. And today will be a big test. We're back on the faster flowing race circuits, and this is a biggie. Mike Pero Motorsport Park, we are back on the B track for the first time in many years. A standing start with a faint entry, a clean snap onto big angle, decelerating as they hit the first rear outer clip 1 on the left hand side. From here the cars power through in a clip 2 on the right hand side. Drivers need to be mindful of the curbs around here. Judges don't want to see wheels bouncing as they bring a smooth transition under power to push out and fill outer zone 3. After filling the big outside zone, drivers need to make a clean transition to hit the outer clip 4 on the left hand side, and this will be a critical area. Drivers need to aim for a mid-track line through the first part of the carousel. Clip 5 is just over the crest on the outside, and judges will be looking for a clean snap to angle and full throttle to score high. Over-rotating the car or stalling or using too much handbrake again will result in penalties. Big power through the big double apex here to make this outer clip 7 on the right hand side. A quick handbrake or a left foot brake adjustment to get the car to the next inside clip 8. Again, drivers need to be mindful of putting wheels on the curbs around here, and that is the track layout. A final clip on the right hand side under power. 9 clips to think about today, and hopefully by the end of the section these Pro Championship cars still have enough rubber to get back to pit lane. Our judges this weekend have plenty of local track knowledge, and this is the home track for the Drift South Series. Mark O'Hara joins the D1NZ Series Tour as line judge this weekend, 14 years behind the wheel, and many of those right here at this track with 35 points up for grabs. So too for the likes of Joel Counter, our angle judge for the weekend, our former pro driver and 2-time Drift South Series champion, 35 points to dish out in qualifying. Our final judge is Brendan Dunker, stepping in for Chris Howard, who is back in the North Island running the annual Drift Matsuri event being held for the first time at Hampton Downs, and Dunker slots into the style seat with 30 points up for grabs. And that is the preview for round 4 of the 2021 Valvoline D1NZ Drifting Championship Series.
It is a glorious day at Mike Pero Motorsport Park in Christchurch for round 4 of D1NZ. We are on the grid, getting ready to go. Well, it's the dummy grid for this exciting round after yesterday where Andrew Redwood took out round number 3. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, round number 4, brought to you by Repco. Stephen McIver, Steve Daniel, and of course, Mr. 2-time Carl Armstrong in the house for you. Looking forward to this one. It's a coal. It's coal. It's coal. It's coal, not coal. You look like a coal. Let's move on, because what did we learn yesterday, and what did you like about yesterday?
One of the biggest things I learned yesterday is that the man behind us, Andrew Redwood, has essentially got one hand on the title. I mean, another win, which is a 3rd in a row for the podium side of things. This guy's got one hand on the champs.
Yeah, but 24 hours can be a whole lot of different things. He's had a bit of a bang, and you never know what could happen to try and set up for another day and a different track.
Well, this is an important track. It's a long track, and it's going to probably take a lot out on the tyres. You want to qualify really, really well, and if you don't, we're going to have some problems.
The D1NZ 2021 competition format sees 3 judging officials take the helm in race control, overlooking the 3 major scoring criteria: line, angle and style. Together they form a score out of 100. Line is a predetermined racing line the drivers need to navigate. This is marked out by scoring areas called clipping points. Drivers need to hit these scoring zones to score a maximum of 35 points for each pass. Angle is how much rear slip angle a car produces. Each driver has 35 points available for maintaining as much angle as possible throughout the drift course. Style is a combination of throttle control, handbrake application, car speed, and the overall fluidity of each run, with 30 points up for grabs. Teams have 2 laps in qualifying to start the competition. The driver with the best score takes pole position, with the top 8 drivers securing a spot in the top 16. From here, the competition moves into the battle phase, forming a seeded battle tree, battling through the top 16, the top 8, the top 4, and through to the finals. The battle phase of the competition sees each driver scored on a lead and chase run. The lead driver's objective is to set or better their performance in qualifying, while the chase driver's objective is to get as close as possible to the leading car, using it as a mobile clipping point. The chase driver needs to emulate or better the lead car's run while also maintaining the original scoring criteria. The 3 judging officials will then decide the winner by a majority decision. If it's a draw, they'll call an OMT, where the cars will battle one more time for sudden death. Drivers also need to be mindful of penalties while competing out on the track. Points deductions are handed out for 1 or 2 wheels off track, spinning out, straight lining the course, or making contact with the walls or the other car. One thing's for certain though, rubbing is racing. Each driver has 1 competition timeout available to use during the battle phase of the competition. This can only be used once and gives teams a chance at servicing their car in pit lane. And that is how it's done for the 2021 season of the Valvoline D1NZ Drifting Championship Series.
And here is our
Panhead top qualifier, 86.5, the Vanger Dan Woolhouse, the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5D.
Look at this thing. I really don't like to talk too much when this is out there because this car sounds absolutely phenomenal on this track. He is screaming it up on top RPM and that thing. A little bit of a dirt drop, but obviously he sacrificed that for his line. Now his line was able to be so smooth, and where he was able to be very aggressive, dropping the car into that outer clip 4, which set him up so nicely to come up over that crest. That was a good clean run there by Vanger Dan. As soon as the guys get off the line, they'll have a little bit of wheel spin on these rear wheels. Now you watch as they take off. It's a bit of a drag race coming into that first corner where they weight transfer the car.
Well, it will be a drag race as the first car leads out, and that will be Bruce Tannock, George Myberg taking chase.
And look at that huge weight transfer there by Bruce Tannock. Possibly a little bit big there. Put George off, but look what I was just saying. You get left behind, you get in that smoke, and look, George has just run straight off the track, giving Bruce a massive advantage here as Bruce just tucks on there on the inside, getting up over that crest of that outer zone, but George is just playing catch up. Dropped another wheel there. Bruce grabbing the handbrake, trying to drag a little bit more length through that corner, but as I was saying, this track is so fast and so hard on the throttle, you cannot give an inch. So I've went and talked to a few of the guys out there. Now Bruce was one that just said, I want to lay it down no matter what it is. These Achilles last quite a while out there. So we'll see if Bruce does become a little bit more hesitant and give a bit more of a gap to George. Obviously George is struggling a little bit on that entry there. Bruce has got a little bit of a gap that he's pulled, is going to have to pull back on there, but George not laying out a lot of smoke there, so it's making it a little bit easier for Bruce, but he threw a lot of angle out into that outer zone, having to cut himself short, grab the handbrake to try and carry that drift a little bit longer, tucking up over that crest, now pushing wide on this double apex. Now George just dived right in. You watch him grab the handbrake and try and hold the car out from running up on that inner clip. Bit of a messy lead run there by George Myberg, and I have to say, a smart move by Bruce Tannock there.
Well, let's go through to the judges. Bruce Tannock slide left, and it's just straight. 1, 2, 3. Bruce Tannock goes through.
All right, so up here now for our second battle of the top 24, we have Johnny Latham, Christchurch local, well, South Island local, versus Kurt Blackie.
So Latham in the LS-powered E46 BMW going up against the Cave Virtual Reality LS86, Kurt Blackie behind the wheel.
So watch Kurt here. We'll do a slight weight transfer as he then grabs the handbrake, putting the car out in that first outer zone. Johnny obviously having a wee issue on that entry, and Kurt just pulling away.
Big gap
there. So instantly Johnny's trying to catch up. Look how he's shortcutted that first section, missing that outer zone. He's just playing catch up now, running up on that inner clip. Kurt just doing what he needs to, running a good qualifying line. This is smart driving by Kurt. Johnny's just having a bit of a mare here on this run. Once, as I said, you're playing catch up, it gets in your head, you're trying to shortcut, you're trying to catch these guys, you're jumping curbs, you're doing silly things.
So genuine BMW M3 E46.
Is it genuine?
Yeah, it's a genuine M3.
Damn.
So it's going to be Latham's turn to lead. He's going to have Kurt Blackie. Kurt should know that he's got an advantage as we come into the first turn.
But Kurt needs to be smart about this, because look, Johnny Disson straight in for a bit of a weight transfer. Now this is a full brand new package for Johnny, so he is trying to find his feet in this car, but doing a bit of a smooth lead run here for Kurt, just to sit up in behind here, doing a smart thing, getting out to the clips as the judges want to see. Johnny doing not too bad of a lead run here, opening the door up for Kurt, getting out to that outer clip 5, and now they'll be loud on that throttle. Twin V8s out there screaming their head off. Kurt diving up on the inside, nearly making a little bit of
almost a mistake, but he got there in the end, driving through on the outside right-hander and makes a pass as well. Well, let's go to the judge's decision. Will it be Kurt Blackie? Is it going to be Johnny Latham, Mike O'Hara, Joel Counter, Brendan Dunker? There we go, it's unanimous. Well, this is probably the biggest match so far in the top 24. We've got the Nankang FC RX7, our current championship leader, Andrew Redwood. He's going to be going up against Jenkins, and that is Troy Jenkins. Yeah,
mate, this here could be a game changer right now, ladies and gentlemen. We have Andrew Redwood, the championship leader right now, against Troy Jenkins. Now Troy will be leading. Don't know what's happening here. Bit of an issue here.
And there's issues for Andrew Redwood. We've heard about it earlier. Let's see what he can do.
Troy throwing it in nicely, getting out to that outer zone, opening the door up for Andrew to try and come up on the inside there. Troy doing what he needs to, getting on the throttle, getting out to that outer zone, and look at Andrew Redwood right up on the inside there, emulating as he needs to. Troy missing that outer clip, yes, had to grab the handbrake, and now he's offline, playing a little bit of catch up. Andrew's doing well to sit him behind. He's obviously got a bit of an issue going on with the car, but Andrew's doing well just to follow quite a messy lead run for him, but something is obviously not right there for Troy. He will be a little bit disappointed in that run.
Let's go back to the second run to see who's going to go through. And of course, a lot of work to do for Andrew Redwood. The Nankang machine, we know it's fast, we know he's good. He's leading the championship.
For sure. So let's see as he throws it in here nicely. Troy sitting up in behind there. Now we know Andrew's car is a rocket ship, and he will be hard on the throttle, using every bit of power in that V8. Look, the guard's even lifting up with the wind that he is creating. See, it was nice and tight on that inner side. Grab the handbrake there, opening the door up for Troy, running a little bit of a clip up on that ripple there. Andrew now tucking up on the inside, and a pretty clean run, if you ask me, on that there for Andrew Redwood. Troy will be pretty gutted because that was quite a good chase. He just got left behind a little bit by Andrew Redwood.
Let's go down to the judges then. Slide left for Andrew Redwood, slide right for Troy Jenkins. We've got Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter, and Brendan Dunker. What are they going to say? Oh, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Clear cut. Andrew Redwood takes another step further up the tree. Well, here we go, ready for the top 16, and it's a battle between the Hamilton and Whangarei. Bruce Tannock and the Achilles Radials Magnum Turbo RB30 powered Nissan S13 going up against the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5D by Century Batteries and Castrol New Zealand, the 2-times New Zealand Drift King, Whangar Dan Woolhouse.
Now look at that opposite drift there of Whangar Dan as he throws it into the first corner. Bruce just needed to suck up on the inside there. He does not want to get lost in the smoke. He's running a slightly shallower line here as Whangar runs it right wide. A good lead run, opening the door for Bruce to jump up in there, but he's not really that keen by the looks. Whangar jumping up over that crest, running nice and wide, setting himself up perfect for that double apex. And just look, when you get that line right, the gap he can pull. He just pulled on Bruce Tannock, who is one of the fastest cars out there. That just shows you what a good line can do to give you an advantage through this track here.
Well, here we go. We've got the second half of the battle coming up after that. Should be Filthy Phil Southern versus Jaron Olacrona. Adam Davies will go up against Alex Perlier, Michael Thorley, and Dane and Temple Mimber. Let's go back to the second half of the battle between Whangar Dan and Bruce Tannock.
So obviously Bruce will want to lay down a real good run here, throwing a massive entry there from Bruce into the first corner. Whangar will know he'll want to get right up on the door of Bruce Tannock there in that Maggot Turbo S13. Look at him running nice and wide into that outer zone. Whangar very tight up on the inside there, missing that zone 3. Bruce running a wheel up over that clip. Once again a little bit shallow on that outer clip number 5, but getting himself that good pendulum effect into that double apex. And once again, look at that. Bruce got the good line. Whangar run a little bit on the inside and lost his momentum. Bruce pulled a gap.
It's the Mustang versus the S13. I'm pretty sure it's going to swipe in favour of Fanga Dan. I'm not a judge though. Let's see what Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter and Brendan Dunker have to say. 1, 2, 3. Fanga Dan takes the win. Well, thumbs up from either side, down to Launchmaster Willie, who sets them loose, and it'll be Adam Davies who leads into the first turn.
Bit of a weight transfer there from Adam, throwing it out nice and wide, and whoa! Jumping up on the inside there of the door. Look at this little Honda S2000 getting up on that 180 SX 20B turbo of Adam Davies. He's doing really well. Adam opening the door up for him, what we want to see for the lead run. Nice big angle, bit of a switch, bit of a bobble there behind with this chase car, but Adam doing a very nice lead run. Grabbing a little bit of handbrake just to extend that drift to that last corner there, but a very nice lead there by Adam, and such a good chase there by Alex too. And with that little car, he's probably running out of legs as well, you know?
Yeah,
I'm not too sure actually how much horsepower is pumping out of that little thing, but this is going to be a real challenge for Adam Davies to do. Now we know that that car is fast because he was able to sit up on Adam's door, but let's see what Adam Davies does here. Hopefully he's uses his knowledge there to go. Look at the angle there Alex is throwing into that first corner, opening the door up for Adam Davies to jump up on there. Look at that little S2000 running that outer zone, making it hard for Adam. Do you see that? He nearly had a little bobble. Adam was very smart, grabbed the handbrake, held himself back, just giving a little bit of room now, being smart about it. See, Alex is struggling just there with a little bit of underpowered and a grip now, running that semi-slick tyre, but a not too bad of a lead run there, a few little mistakes, and I'd have to say a good chase run there by Adam.
Well, this is round number 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. Is the mainland hope out of Christchurch? Alex Pelaire going to take the win over Adam Davies. We go down to the judges' scores, and we will see who is going to take the win. Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter and Brendan Dunker sliding left. 1, 2, 3. Adam Davies, Team DSR, takes the win. So side by side here for the Valvoline D1NZ. Round number 4, Mike Pero Motorsport Park. We go to 3, 2, 1, and we will release them into the hands of and the mouth of Cole Armstrong.
This is kind of me versus you here, Steve. RB versus 2J. But here we go. We got Michael Thorley throwing at a good entry here. Slightly missing that in a clip there. Rolling out wide. Danham, you know, just as I said, you get caught up in that smoke. Thorley throwing on some big angle. Look at the smoke coming out there. I don't know how Danham is seeing through that. Bit of muscle memory going on there. Jumping out to that outer clip, number 5. Danham, oh look, that nice shot here. Tucking him up on that inside for this double apex. Danham just coming through the smoke. Obviously that car is still having a heck of a miss because that thing is normally a rocket ship, but awesome lead run by Michael Thorley there.
We'll see what happens in the second half of the battle. Can the man that, of course, he's won a couple of rounds, hasn't he, of Drift South. Michael Thorley certainly knows his way around some of these South Island tracks here at Mike Pero Motorsport Park, Christchurch. We will see what they do as they go side by side again, second half of the battle.
Now this will be a bit of a tough battle for Thorley if he's smart about this. Danham's obviously got a few engine issues going on. Drops a wheel on the entry, running real deep. Look at the angle he's tipping on there. So much smoke coming out of that E46 BMW. He is throwing it down big time, trying to make it hard for Thorley to tuck up on the inside. Thorley having a little bit of a bobble there, getting caught in the smoke. Happens so easily there. That Danham just doing a nice lead run. Where has he pulled this one out of the bag? I'm loving it, but Thorley just coming up out of nowhere for that final corner. But a very nice lead run for Danham with an engine issue there, and I have to say Thorley did very well in that.
All right, we got the Pace Pulse E46 BMW of Dane Templeman on the right hand side, and then we have Michael Thorley in the NZ GT Radials Vertex Nissan 180. Who's going through into the next round? Will it be Michael Thorley? Is it Dane Templeman? And well, one said OMT, but 2 to Michael Thorley. Michael Thorley will take the victory. Well, let's see what we can do with our next 2 drivers. We've got the KVNZ Virtual Reality Machine of Kurt Blakey going up against the Harder Racing RB 3.4 powered GTR. It's Darren Kelly.
And look at that nice emulation there for the first corner, throwing it in nice and deep, but Kurt Blakey doing very well to sit up on the inside. He does not want to get lost in the smoke of this GTR RB powered monster. Darren is just laying it. Look at the car sitting right down, getting out to that outer zone. He's just doing a nice, smooth, clean lead run. Kurt doing very well, jumping up a little bit early on that switch there, and look what happens. You lose all your momentum, you can't get that double apex. That will be a big advantage there to Darren Kelly for that lead run with that mistake there by Kurt Blackie.
All right, let's go to the second half of the battle between these two drivers. Kurt Blackie's turn to lead out Darren Kelly. Darren Kelly's certainly not struggling on pace. He'll be right in there in the box.
Yeah, there we go. Kurt with a nice, good flick entry, grabbing the handbrake, trying to slow the car down, get into that inner clip, rolling it out to that outer zone. Now look at Darren. He'll be smart on this. Look how the car isn't putting out as much smoke as it normally would be. He will be hard on the left foot brake, trying to slow the car down, a little bit of less angle. Kurt doing a nice lead run, opening the door there for Darren to jump up on the inside. Now he got the momentum, Kurt, on that one, and look how he was able to really carry that last corner, but he probably didn't slow it up just enough. Darren doing very well there just to sit in behind of Kurt Blackie, opening the door there in that final corner.
Let's see what the judges think as we go down and make the decision. It's Darren Kelly, it's Kurt Blackie, Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter, Brendan Dunker, 1, 2, 3. It's unanimous. Darren Kelly will go through into the top 8.
This is going to be a smoky battle. We've got Filthy Phil Sutherland tipping it into the first corner with a lot of angle here. Rolling on that two-toe, going up on the dirt track. That might have been that linkage having a little issue there. Not going into gear, but look, he's put it back on song now and rinsing those tyres off.
He's he had a bit of a rough start there, but he's dialed it back on. So I think it did disadvantage Darren a little bit with his jumping on the curb, but now they're both back online.
That would definitely give a slight advantage to Darren, because he definitely put Phil put Darren off on that entry there, which really, as we all have seen throughout the day, it can wreck the whole run here. As we go to the second part of the battle here with Darren leading out Filthy Phil Sutherland in the drains and development R34.
He's leaving a bit of room there, isn't he?
He is. He obviously thinks he's got plenty of tyres left.
So he's dialing it in. So Darren's filling the outside zone. Philly's closing the gap. So what are we doing now? Next outside
Look
zone.
at that. That is a perfect shot where Phil just switched right through the massive smoke that Darren is laying down. Darren's doing a nice lead run, sort of opening the door up for Phil here, but look at that. What is he seeing? Nothing but a whiteout.
Yeah, he's filled the double apex really well there, Darren. He's not quite as wide on the exit, but I'd say a hard one to call. I'd say that Darren's pulled a little gap, and obviously Darren had a couple of corrections, but we're probably going to break that one down to the mistake made at the start by Philly.
But here we go, the judge's decision, 1, 2, 3 to Darren Oliver Corona. So we have our next battle coming up of Ben Jenkins and Gargan Can. This is going to be a good one. Two good drivers here. Gargan's done a little bit of driving here in the off-season here, and leading out is Ben, throwing it down nicely here on this first entry, opening the door there so Gargan can jump up. Look, you can't even see his car. He's jumping right up on his door.
He's right in there, yeah. Now that's the pocket you want to be in, because you can actually still see. So you see where his vision out of the windscreen is going to be covering it. He hasn't got quite the angle that Benny's got. Oh, he's dived in there.
Switched a little bit early. Now I've been saying it, and I have been. Once you do that, look at the gain Ben's just done. You've lost your momentum through there. He tried to do that good switch. Now the reason he would have tried to switch early, try and pop out of that smoke and jump back on the door.
But I'm sure we'll see some aggression here.
Well, like normally, he gets very aggressive. You watch his head, he's pumping, he's fist pumping out there. So this will be good for him to jump up on the door here of Gargan. And we nearly take Gargan, runs up on the inside, really putting Ben off. Now this is going to be very controversial to the judges, because obviously Gargan put Ben off for his chase run. Now Ben did very well not to take him right out, but now Gargan's pulled a big gap on Ben.
He stays on his line. He's reverted to the judge's line, or his qualifying line.
Correct. So in these instances where then Ben had a mistake in behind, but it wasn't really caused from his own mistake, he then reverts back to the judge's line. Oh, here we go. We have a result here. 1, 2, 3 to Ben Jenkins.
the man who won the championship last year in the 2JZ powered Nissan S13. It's Liam Burke going up against the Nankang LSFC RX-7, the man who leads the championship right now, Andrew Redwood.
Here we go, we got Liam Burke throwing it in nicely into that first corner. Andrew Redwood sitting up in that pocket, getting out of that smoke, doing what he needs to. There's a little bit of less angle there, but that's okay as Liam throws it out to that outer clip 4, tucking on the inside. Andrew doing what he needs to, and oh no, he's spun! That is not good.
Liam Burke needs to carry on with his battle, so he cannot make a mistake right now, or it's going to be 0-0. So comes through the inside clip.
Oh no, he just needs to hold it together. That was a little bit messy in that last run, but wow, what an absolute mix-up that was. Andrew just coming up too quick onto Liam Burke just then, and he had nowhere to go.
Well, you still have to ensure that you use the lead driver as a mobile clipping point, so he had to come through and actually consider what he was going to do, but it's his turn to lead out now. The Nankang machine absolutely flying. Yeah, and Liam Burke just needs to be smart behind this here. Andrew's going to really pull away here. Nice mid-track run through there, opening the door for Liam to come up on the inside there. Andrew will be trying to throw a lot of lock just to try and put Liam Burke off. Look at the left foot brake there of Liam Burke, locking that front wheel, trying to slow the car down. Look at him there, diving up on the inside there. He needs to hold this together big time to get through that last lap. Wow, that was lucky for Liam. It looks like a wheel off for Andrew. It's going to be a minor points deduction for him as well. But Liam Burke might have just got through by the skin of his teeth. Well, it's definitely a hard one here, but the judges have a decision. 1, 2, 3. Liam Burke, wow, what a mix-up here. Andrew Redwood is out. Now, I've talked to both of these drivers. Obviously, Taylor is in a borrowed car, but he's really starting to get comfortable with this, and Dave has been a little bit of a struggle this weekend. We're trying to get drive of that massive powered RB, but we'll watch this. Taylor throwing it in massive with a lot of angle in that 180, really smoking it up. Dave just trying to get up onto him as best as he can. Look at that. Dave just cannot get the grip down of that S14. He is really struggling out there. Look at the gap of Taylor just able to pull away out to that outer, over that bridge, into that inner clip 6. Look at the angle he's throwing there. David's just got a white wall that he's following through. I don't know how he could be seeing anything. Dave is not even there, so big mistake for Dave Steadman. Yeah. A huge gap formed between himself and Taylor James. Taylor James really getting to grips with a car that he doesn't own. Well, we'll go back to the second half of the battle now, and we'll see what Dave Steadman can do in the Mimiko Napa Auto Parts RB30 powered Nissan S14. It's Tauranga versus Tokoroa. What can Dave Steadman do to try and get some points back? All I would do if I was Dave is massive angle and just try and rinse those tyres right off. Put a big smoke show out, but look at that. He can't even really get the power down because the car is just sliding so much. Taylor doing very well to sit him behind, but see how he did a little bit of a mistake, pushing Taylor up on the inside because he is going a little bit slower. So Taylor's finding it very hard to sit him there, doing a good job on the handbrake, but look at that smoke screen he's got. Hopefully Taylor, oh no, and he's gone off. Look at that, easy as that. Taylor just got lost in the smoke, and Dave may have got away with a little bit of a lucky one on that. That was a smoke screen. You cannot see a thing, Stephen. So this is a very hard one because none of us got to see exactly what happened with Dave's chase run. Did he go right off or did he just have a little bobble here? Well, let's see what the judges say, and it will be 1, 2, 3. Dave Steadman goes through. Judges happy. It's top 8 time here. The Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship round number 4. Mike Pero Motorsport Park.
16, okay.
No doubt Nicole will be sitting at home waiting to see this battle as her man Fangadan goes out in the lead.
Hits the cone. It's a replay of yesterday. Let's see what they can do today, Cole.
Yeah, Fanger throwing it in nicely. Not really grabbing the handbrake. Didn't see the rear wheels lock up on that. He's rolling on the throttle. Pulls a gap on Jaron here. Jaron catching up on Fanger, throwing it down massively. Grabs a little bit of handbrake there, lifting that front wheel, dipping it on the inside. So just about run the ripple the whole way around that corner. Jaron doing pretty well to sit in that smoke. Once again, he's running a shallower line so he doesn't get caught in that smoke like we just seen of Taylor James. A little bit of a messy lead and chase on this one.
Well, I mean, Jaron, of course, had a big gap between himself and Fanger on the chase. All right, side by side we go. Get ready to set them loose again for the second half of the battle in the top 8.
Wow, this is going to be a tight one, I'd say. I don't think there's going to be much of an advantage to either one of these drivers, so it will go down once again to each lead driver. Jaron coming out here, picking a gear of that Hartley V12 Monster Twin Turbo, throws it in nicely. Look at the gap he's pulled, but washes right wide. Vanger's just not going to give him an inch, and so now look at this. This is absolutely mental. As I was saying, there's nothing of a pass normally in drifting, but when the lead driver has a mistake so massively, Vanger did really well to hold it, wait, let Jaron come in. Jaron couldn't come back in, and now look, we have a swap of positions. Vanger Dan is now in the lead, and he was meant to be chasing, and Jaron is in the chase. That was something different. It just really shows the skills of these guys too, you know. Vanger was able to anticipate, all right, I have got the room, I'm not going to make any contact with Jaron. He is right off, so hats off to Vanger. There was something different there, exciting for the viewers out here.
Oh, wow. Well, who is going to be to find the first spot in the top 4? Will it be Fang Dan Woolhouse? Will it be Jaron Olive Krona as we go down to the judges' score? So Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter and Brendan Dunker. 1, 2, 3. It's unanimous again. Fang Dan Woolhouse books the first spot in the top 4. Who is going to take the win as we go down to our launch controller, Willie? They're side by side and head down the straight for the first time into the turn.
As, yeah, sorry there, Steve, I was nodding off, mate. But we're excited now that that last battle was full on. Here we go. We've got Adam Davies here rolling out a big entry. Look at the lock. He's tipping into that 180. A little bit tricky there for Thorley, you know, a little bit of a straight line there because he came up too close on there. Had to grab the handbrake and try and slow himself down. Now, Adams pulled himself a big lead here. Thorley trying to play catch up, getting caught up in that smoke. A little bit of a bobble and he hit the curb. Hit the curb, ripped that wheel out of his hand.
So we looked at a big mistake in the form of a wheel off.
Well,
Mike Pero Motorsport Park, round number 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ. Steve Daniel, part of the commentary team. Of course, Cole Armstrong, 2-time New Zealand Drift King. What's going to happen this time, Cole?
Oh, well, I've got one of the youngest new fans out there loving watching this. Alan, one of my good friends, his young fella Macy, is watching the drifting at home. It's quite exciting, but here we go. We've got Thorley out there. He's laying it down. Look at him right up on the inside, trying to gain proximity. He's dropped another wheel again, running a little bit wide, shallow again. Missed that outer clip, jumping up on the inside there. Very messy from Adam Davies. I think he's nearly spun out. He is straight back again. This is not a good chase run for Adam Davies. A good lead though here for Michael Thorley, laying it down, opening the door, doing what he needs to. Hopefully, Alan, you're able to show your son that, you know, this is where it's at and what you could do. Dad's done this before.
All right, Adam Davies on the left, Michael Thorley on the right. Other judges going to flash up. 1, 2, 3 flashes. OMT it is.
So this is going to be an interesting battle of these two guys. We've got an old sleepy dog, Darren Kelly, versus the young pup, Ben Jenkins.
Well, let's see what Jenkins can do. He's going to go through into the chase position in the Carter Style North Shore Toyota Part 2 JZ GT 86.
Darren throwing it in nicely, opening the door up for Ben. Ben pushing a bit wide, dropping a wheel. He'll be spewing about that. He's straight away on catch-up. Darren doing what he does best. Nice, clean, clinical run. Look at him. Nice up on the inside there. Just about run a wheel. Out to that outer clip zone. Inside clip. Nice. A lot of momentum there. Look how clean that double apex was. That is exactly what the judges want to see. And poor Ben was just playing catch-up, sitting in the smoke. He'll be shaking his head on that one.
Well, Ben Jenkins got a bit of work to do if he's going to take the win on this one here. Darren Kelly really closing the door.
Yeah, for sure. Ben doing not too bad on that entry, staying on track there, but look at Darren. He is a surgeon. I've been saying it all week, and he's driving so well. Look at the shot here from George of the drone, getting Darren, opening the door where he can dive right up to the A-pillar. Now, we don't want Darren going past the front there of Ben's car, but he's doing what he needs to do. A little bit less angle, getting right up into that pocket of Ben Jenkins, and that was a good lead run by Ben, I have to say. Very good lead run.
But it's hard to get past the chase of Darren Kelly. Well, let's find out what the judges say. Will it be Darren Kelly? Will it be Ben Jenkins? There's 1, 2 and 3. Darren Kelly takes the victory.
Liam Burke versus Adam Davies. Now this is going to be an interesting one, as we know. Dave has been struggling with grip, and Liam Burke, that thing is a bit of a rocket ship. So let's see how this is going to be an interesting battle. Pulling out here, Liam throwing in nice, a lot of angle, opening the door up. Dave really able to sit with him. Liam pushing very wide here, drops a wheel. Dave really getting the opportunity to dive up in here. He's shallowed up because of that little mistake that Liam did. Really put Dave off his line. Now it's very easy to do that in this one. Look at that front wheel locking up Dave Stedman, really trying to left foot brake to hold the car at angle, the not straight line. Now Liam pushing wide again through that outer zone. Now in my eyes, Steve, that would be a little deduction definitely towards Liam, because it put then Dave offline. We know Dave has been struggling with grip, so we will see how Liam does sitting in behind here. Now Dave should just cook those tyres and put a lot of angle on and just let Liam, look at that, Liam's just sitting up there. It's going to be a lot of the door open for Liam. How is he falling back? I'm not too sure. Dave doing a nice lead run, a little bit of a dirt drop there. Liam coming, charging forward. Hopefully he doesn't get caught in the smoke.
Now this is where we saw Dave come on song this time here as he rocks.
Look at that, put the big smoke screen out. Liam will be struggling to see where he is. He did very well to hold that, but oh, and geez, a little wheel off there. Now this is how easy it changes, Steve.
We saw it the last time. He's got issues at the start. It's almost having an issue with the car having to slide. Let's see what the judges have to say with Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter and Brendan Dunker. We've got Liam Burke says O'Hara says Liam Burke, OMT, but the Dunker with the third one, Burke goes through. As we go back to the Battle of the 180s, this is the OMT battle. It's the Mimico Napa Auto Parts 180 taking on Michael Thorley.
There we go, so Adam Davies throws it in there. Nice tight line on that inner entry. Michael Thorley getting a little bit caught in that smoke once again. Look at Adam tipping on the angle into that zone 3. He is really pulling a bit of a gap here on Thorley. Getting to just both of these cars here, up over that little crest, run up over that ripple, getting that nice double apex going, pulling a little gap. Look at Thorley jumping up on the inside there. Nice to jump back in there for Thorley. He did very well to pull that proximity in that last section there, Steve.
Well, let's go back to the second half of the battle. This is an OMT one more time battle as they go to Launchmaster Willie. He sets them loose, and we'll see what happens in this half.
So obviously they're throwing it down here, a bit of a weight transfer. Thorley's been doing it all day. Big entry into that first corner. Adam needs to get right up on his door. He's done it again, come very shallow onto that zone. Now pushed wide, got caught in the smoke, lost his momentum. Thorley running through that inner clip there, pulled a bit of a gap, flicked up to that outer zone. Adam runs up over that ripple. Lost a little bit of momentum. Oh no, and Thorley's lost his drift. That is not good. He dropped off into that outer zone there in that big long double apex, and woof, there was a little mistake there that might have cost him the run. Where
it certainly could try. This has to be a one more time battle. They have to have a decision. Well, we'll see what the judges have to say as we put it in their hands. Onto the devices they go. Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter, Brendan Dunker, Adam Davies takes the win.
Now Adam's going to have to push hard to keep up with Fanger. That car is moving really well, and obviously, like he's been saying, they've been losing grip, they're finding grip. So
but it is semi-final time, and we've got the two cars. We've got the Mimico Napa Auto Parts 20B Rotary of Adam Davies going up against Fanger Dan Woolhouse of the Century Batteries Castrol New Zealand, Ford Mustang RTR, down to Willie. He sets them loose. What's going to happen, Cole?
Here we go. Well, Fanger Dan will be flogging it into this first corner. Handbrake initiation, throws it in there. Adam right up on the inside like he needs to do. He cannot get lost in that smoke. Look at him right there, pops out of that pocket, wanting to get up on the door of Fanger. Fanger dropping a wheel again, as he has been most of this weekend, throwing big angle into that little dipper. Adam doing not too bad, sitting with him as Fanger throws it out into that outer clip 5. Now rolling the momentum into that big double apex, holding it very nicely. Fanger doing a nice little lead run there, opening the door for Adam, and Adam doing not too bad, I have to say. Keeping up with him.
At the end of the bat, you just see those last couple of corners, Fanger just winding it up, and the smoke absolutely billows.
Here we go, the second part of this battle. It is exciting. We are going to see one heck of a battle here. Adam leading out Fanger Dan Woolhouse in the top 4 battle.
Well, it's certainly getting a little bit colder out there. It's going to change the track conditions, and it might suit the little 13B. It's got big horsepower, but nothing as monster as the man behind.
It's actually got a 20B, Steve. Yeah, Adam running a little bit of that inside line, pushing out to that outer zone. Really, Fanger did quite well to sit in behind here. A little bit of a sloppy run here. Fanger right up on the inside, and oh, there's some contact in there. Wow, that car moved very quickly out through that and a little dip there, and he just launched towards. Now, Fanger was quite far on the inside of the track, where, you know, we've been saying you need to push out to clip 5. Now, Fanger was way up on the inside, like we've seen with Gargan. Switched earlier. Hopefully they can explain it for us as well, because this is another one for the viewers that would be very, very confusing.
Let's see what the judges say, because it might dictate whether or not we need to. Here we go.
Yeah.
One.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I love it. One more time.
Okay. The next battle is the semi-final. It's the animal Liam Burke, the man who won the championship last year, going up against the 2 times New Zealand Drift King in the heart of racing, R35 GTR.
Now, this is something I was talking with Stephen McIver about, how each driver wants to either lead or chase. Now, I know Darren would definitely like being leading. You can definitely lay down a good run. You've got fresh tyres. You get to feel how the track's going. Look at him throwing here. So quick into that first section. But Liam Burke sitting right there with him, shallowing up his line just a little bit. But Darren just doing the same run as all weekend. He's doing it what he should. Same. Runs a little bit wide there. See him grab the handbrake and pushed out.
He's caused a mistake.
Oh, hard to say there, Stephen.
Well, no, he caused a mistake with somebody else. Doesn't mean it was him that did it.
But look at that smoke screen he did lay down there. Exactly that. So as he come into the corner, he either pushed a bit wide because he didn't have the grip there, or didn't turn the car in with enough angle. And to sit up on that little bank there, you've really got to turn it in to get the nose to tuck down.
Well, it doesn't get much better than the top 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. Liam Burke, 1NZ on the door, and he's going to show you why he's a champion, but a 2-times champion behind him, that big R35 GTR of Darren Kelly.
Yeah, the boys would have definitely told him, look, you've got a little bit of an advantage in their eyes, but look at Darren on the left foot brake, using it as he can. Look, oh no, Liam's showing too much locking off, he's gone. Just handed it to Darren. What has gone on there? That was...
So we just got to confirm, definitely no contact. I don't think it was contact.
There was no contact. Yeah, Darren was sitting back quite nicely there.
No marks on the car.
Yeah, bumper's not hanging off. He's done well there, Darren.
And it'll go down to the judge's decision with Mark O'Hara, Joel Counter, and Brendan Dunker. 3 strikes to Darren Kelly. So, while we've got the opportunity, big thank you to everyone who looks after the Valvoline D1NZ, DKM Fabrications, Panhead, TTI, and Sensium. And a big shout out to the team from Sensium watching over in Australia. Let's go. It is the battle. What's happened here?
Oh, no. Don't know what's happened here.
Is there a pull-out zone?
Nah, there's no pull-out zone, I don't think. Nah, yeah, Adam's just had something go wrong. Look, Fanger's just laying down a nice, clean run here, doing what he does. He will have no idea that Adam's not in behind him. He's just laying it down, doing what he needs to. Look at this Mustang RTR smoking out this track here at Ruapuna. Throws it into the last corner, mashes down that Roush V8 and finishes the section here. Bit of a shame there for Adam Davies. Have no idea what went wrong with that car. He will be absolutely gutted. So here we go. Adam's able to put the car into the drift, really struggling. Listen to the thing screaming its head off. He's doing really well just to run first and second gear in that 180 car, and Fanger's doing very well to sit in behind.
And Fanger knows he has to finish this one to win. If he doesn't finish it, it's no, it's not an ONT, is it?
No, this is, if Fanger runs through here, that is hats off. He is into the final, but hats off to Team DSR. Those boys have done very well to get Adam out there, and Adam has done very well to jump into that car with only first and second.
Very, very impressive. Let's go down. We're going to see 1, 2, 3, surely. There it goes. Fanger, Dan Wilhouse takes the win. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th. Valvoline D1NZ, round number 4, Mike Pero Motorsport Park.
Here we go, throws it in there. Look at the big flames. This thing is going to be popping flames massively as Adam sits it on the rev limiter. Jumping up there with Liam.
Bit of a mistake there for Adam Davies.
Yeah, Liam doing what he needs to do. Nice and wide, opening the door for Adam to come up on the inside. He's still doing very well. Look at the angle he just tipped on there. Still sitting with him, keeping the momentum going. Adam's doing so well. Liam's opening the door for him, doing a good, clean lead run. And look at this, this is the closest battle we've seen.
Oh, they finished through the Sensium finishing zone, and Adam, look at him, his eyes look like it's like saucers at the moment. He was hanging on for a wild ride. Let's turn to the return battle, the battle for 3rd and 4th, the second half. Can Adam Davies do anything to eclipse Liam Burke? We're about to find out.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle here, Steve, because Adam has only 2 gears. He's going to be a little bit less on wheel speed. So, he throws it right off on that entry. Gives a little advantage straight away to Liam Burke. But he's opening the door here. Look, how is he pulling a gap with only 2nd gear? He's doing what he needs to. Look at this thing. Flames is popping.
Oh, he's washed him out. He's managed to transition out.
A little bit of a mistake there again. Adam is just absolutely beating on that 20B, doing what he needs to do to get through the lap, and he pulls a wee gap on Liam Burke. Wow, hands
put
off.
your hands together.
Adam Davies, good work. Liam Burke, couple of little mistakes there, which therefore pulled the gap on, but hey, good, clean runs.
Let's go through to the judge's decision. What does Mark O'Hara say? There's 1, 2, 3 strikes. Liam Burke takes 3rd position in round 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ.
So, you get the number.
Well, a little bit shocked there.
Are you?
Yeah, I reckon I could have put on a way better chase. Actually had trouble catching up to Adam there. But obviously, it was a cool battle and all. No, wicked.
Well, keep smiling, because now I can say Pukekohe next time round.
Cheers, Steve. Cheers, man.
Right, okay.
Darren Kelly, the harder racing RB 3.4 R35 GTR, going up against the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5D with a Roush Chase 436 cubic inch 900 horsepower V8 by Century Batteries of Castro, New Zealand. Forget the rest, you've got the best of Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It's final time!
Look at that, Darren just throws it in so early into that first initiation. Banger laying on the throttle. Darren just giving a little bit of room here. He won't be happy about that. He's going to start to play catch up. Banger doing what he needs to do. Big angle, opening the door for Darren to come up, jump in there. Darren doing a good chase run though. Keeping on all the clips.
Banger though,
drops a little wheel there, a little bit of a disadvantage. He's pushed wide, missed that in the clip also. But what
a true Sensium to finish. What a battle, first half of the final. Well, we've seen it before. It's time for more. The second half of the final. Let's send them.
Here we go, we've got Darren leading it out. He will be going as hard as he can, throws it out onto the entry. Big entry into this first corner. Banger right up on his door. Look at this, Banger Dan right in the smoke there. Getting lost, but Darren doing a nice entry run, opening the door for Fanger. Fanger just, how is he seeing that? Look at the smoke coming out of that car. Runs a little bit shallow here. He'll dive up on the inside of Darren Kelly. A little bit messy, but how is Banger seeing right now? Oh no, he's gone off. Oh no. Quick as that, he just got lost in the smoke, and Darren runs away with that.
And he is beached as bro in the kitty litter. That's going to require a tow. And look at the back end.
5 years ago that happened to Fanger. He went off in the mid-track, got absolutely dusted out in the Commodore. And
that was the day that he changed from having an open face helmet to the closed one. That's the second half of the final. Round number 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship.
We've had it officially through. So your winner of round 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ Championship, brought to you by Repco, is Darren Kelly. All right, so you boys stay there and we'll get the official podium. So in 4th place we had Adam Davies. Now in 3rd place And this will be presented by young, where is he? Quarter midget driver, sponsored by Valvoline, Connolly Webley, Liam Burke. There he is, Connolly Webley, 11 years old, driving a quarter midget. Liam Burke is your third place getter. Presenting second place, which will go to Whangadan. He wanted to present this to Whangadan. 10-year-old Jack Brownlee's Whangadan comes in second place. Look at the smile on old Jack's face. His hero. There we go. And your champion for round 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ Championship, brought to you by Repco, driving the Heart of Racing GTR. It is none other than Darren Kelly. Presented by Tim Yellowlees from Valvoline. So there is your podium, and time to spray some champagne, folks.
I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure.
So the most important thing coming up live will be, if you can do it, Victory Skids!
All right, in 8th place in the championship, we've got Taylor James in 7th position. Adam Davies on 204. He's joined with his partner in crime, Dave Steadman, on 204 in 6th place. Ben Jenkins with 256 points in 5th place. Liam Burke with 274 points in 4th position. Daniel Whangadan Woolhouse with 302 points in 3rd place, with Darren Kelly in 328 points for 2nd. Only 10 points in front, the man who leads the championship, Andrew Redwood in the Nankang FC RX-7. There is only one more thing to do, and that is the Victory Skids, as the man who took the win for round number 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, Darren Kelly. He's on fire. He's lighting up the wheels as we go on board the Inspire You drone. The man that calls himself the Animal, wearing the 1NZ on the door. He won the New Zealand Drifting Championships for the Valvoline D1NZ in 2020.
All I can say, Tim, is let's do it again, shall we? 2 back-to-back runs, first time ever for the Valvoline D1NZ, and that's how you should celebrate it, because that's what we love. Bit of burnout, lots of rubber, and we have a winner in round 3 and in round 4. Andrew Redwood round 3, Darren Kelly round 4. It is on for Pukekohe. We'll see you then the weekend of 16th, 17th, 18th of April. It's the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship.